Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day, and welcome
To
the Fastcast, your weekly podcast of everything football, fantasy, prediction, bets, news, you name it. We got it every single Thursday morning at 8 a.m. We're going to be right here at the Fastcast, and today I'm joined here by Mr. Christie and Mr. Nick. How are you guys?
Hello.
What a beautiful day for Week 11. Cowboys back. We off a bye week. Man, how about them boys?
Yeah, man. Lots of crazy things happening in the football world. People getting fired this week. So, it's going to be, I'm sure we'll talk more on that when we get to the Giants here, but.
And guys, unfortunately, I did have the New York Football Giants for my generational whoopsie-daisy run last week.
You sure did.
And you know what happened?
That's right.
They were winning the football game, and Brian Daboll got fired because of it.
The Ben Johnson effect.
It's the whoopsie-daisy effect. It's a whoopsie-daisy effect. Let's talk about the Giants' last few games, though. I mean, you got to put that on. They blew leads in the past, 4 or 5 games.
Yeah. When you look at them, they were pretty strong defensively. They were playing pretty well. Just because they lose Scadaboo doesn't mean that your team should fall like that. And defensively, they've struggled all year defensively. So it's a right move. Brian Daboll's been with this organization long enough now, and it's just not working out. It's time to get a fresh set of eyes in there. The interim head coach coming in, I think that's going to be good for them. Their OC, as that is.
I think it's a monumental collapse.
Yeah.
Especially ruining my whoopsie-daisy like that. I feel no remorse, no regret, no sympathy. Unless, this first year, I think Brian Daboll's a great coach. I mean, he won Coach of the Year coming in first year, too. You know what I mean? Wins a playoff game, no expectations, win a bunch of games. But after that year, I think they won 9 games that year.
Yep.
They've won 13 games out of their last 50 games.
Yep.
You don't have know where you go, and you have that record, you're going to be there for long.
Right.
At some point. Plus, not only that, if you look at the Giants, and you can give this to GM mistakes or coaching mistakes. I'm almost going to kind of put it on the coaching staff, but look at their big pieces that they moved away from. Daniel Jones, for example, they pay him big, had to cut Saquon Barkley. But look at both these guys after they separate from the New York Giants.
100%.
Saquon goes, leaves, and has an MVP season.
You can't forget, he's hurt right now, but Darren Waller, when he was healthy for the Dolphins, he was playing big too. I mean, that's a big guy there, big receiving tight end that they just decided to get rid of.
And then Daniel Jones,
there's lots of guys.
He separates from, and now look at him at the Colts.
They got rid of Jabril Peppers when he came in. There's a lot of guys that they said goodbye to.
Yep. It's just weird how everyone was having MVP seasons when they leave New York. How does that happen?
Yeah, who knows? I don't know.
Speaking of disappointments, can I also ask why was the primetime games this week just absolutely awful?
Dude, I don't know.
We had Raiders Broncos 10-7. Steelers Chargers, the game started 3-2 and was not exciting at all. And then the Eagles Packers game last night, I didn't even watch the game.
Dude, I was on my phone half the time. I couldn't stay watching the game. And some people love those types of games, defensive games. People like them. I, for one, do not.
I like all football.
when it's I mean, yeah, football is football. Football's great. It's the greatest thing on the planet. American football, that is. Um, but like defensive battles are fun. But like, where's the juice? Where's like a defensive battle game can still be a great game.
Yeah, it was a
Wow.
defensive battle, but there wasn't really like big defensive
Pops.
plays. There wasn't like sacks and like big things like that. It was just incomplete punt, incomplete run for 2 yards, punt. Like it was just
Horrible.
nothing. Nothing. We talk more about those teams when we get to them, though.
Yeah, and once
do you have
again, the
anything
Eagles
else that?
win. Of course they do, and now that pretty much seals the deal for that division. We have no chance, no hope, no anything.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
unfortunate.
absolutely. So before we get into the picks, just want to throw a couple questions out your guys' way. Since I am the host today. Hello, this is Chris. I am the host this week. Through the first 10 weeks, I just want to get your guys' opinion. If you guys have, I know we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but I'm going to bring it up again because things have changed in the last few weeks. Who you currently your MVP is, or even just like top 3 guys who you'd think, and then who a coach of the year candidate for you would be. I'll go first, real quick. MVP, I'm leaning 3 guys. I'm leaning Jonathan Taylor, Matthew Stafford, and Drake May. I think they're all playing incredible football. You do have some. You could throw Sam Darnold in the mix, but he's not really getting much looks at that for some reason, and I'm not sure why. From the media, from everybody else, they don't. I don't even think the sportsbook has him up very high right now on the list. So, those are my 3 guys there. And then, I mean, for coach of the year, how do you not look at Ben Johnson? What he's been able to do for this Bears team. I think it's a really big turnaround for them, and the way that he's been able to get Caleb Williams on the right path, and they're looking fairly good right now. So that's going to be kind of what I think for those 2 options. Who's that? Justin, you're next, right? Yeah.
I'm next.
Yeah, you're next.
It's me.
It's you, buddy.
All right, MVP through the season. Man, how things shift week to week. I feel like just 2 weeks ago we were saying Baker Mayfield undoubtedly, unequivocally, no matter what, can't change, whatever happens,
Yeah.
is going to be the MVP. And now look at this. Last couple weeks,
Oh,
man, what happened
I
to
do
the
have
Bucs?
one. I have one other thing to throw in there. I forgot on my mind here. The coach of the year spot for me is actually between 2 people. It's going to be Ben Johnson and Mike Vrabel. Those 2 are going to be battling it out
Okay,
to the end of the season.
I'm glad you took that card from me. I was going to say, how can you look at you said
Yeah.
almost you can't look at anyone else but Ben Johnson. Like, what are you talking about here? Because,
Yeah, sorry. I do have Mike Vrabel. How do I mention Drake May and not even bring up Mike Vrabel? Like, sorry.
Yeah. No, I mean that's got to be. It's one of 2 for me, and pretty much it's going to be locked in for one of these 2 people for the coach of the year.
I agree.
Yeah, it's going to be Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel, sorry, or it's going to be Shane Steichen.
That's a good one too.
Just for me, for the idea and why I like him a little bit more, is there was literally 0 expectation for the Colts coming in, and he shocked the entire NFL world and the coaching staff. I mean, you got to give him credit. Like, this is like the best coaching performance he could have for an organization. Like, it's at top tier, absolutely amazing. Team overall, great. Which leads me also into my MVP picks. JT's on the top of the list for me. Even better than Saquon in his MVP year last year. JT's looking absolutely fantastic. I also have on the list JSN, Jackson Smithing Jibba. Maybe it's a Sam. Maybe those 2 mixed together is what really.
Yeah, I think that's why it's hard for anybody to put.
Yeah,
those
it's
2
always
on the
going to be a
list.
quarterback award. Like, it's not an MVP award anymore. It's just who's the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I think we have to go with the old tried and true. I said this a few weeks ago when we went over MVP, I think quarter of the way through the season. I'm going to stick with it more than halfway through. I think Patrick Mahomes. I don't see the rookie winning it. Matthew Stafford, yes, you could argue. But he doesn't have the flash that most people like to see when they come to MVP, like the running, Josh Allen, Lamar, flashy, Hollywood plays. He's just like your sit in the pocket throw quarterback. And then, of course, Patrick Mahomes. You have Chris Collinsworth making a comment about him every other day, and look at his tweets. This guy's going crazy for him. So, yeah, I think I got to stick with that for my quarterback. Although, yes, Drake May, Matthew Stafford, phenomenal play. I would say put those at the top two. But yeah, I'm going to stick with my prediction from earlier. Just see how long I can sit on this roll and how long I could be correct about MVP. By the way, my hot takes are looking pretty good right now. Remember the 3 ahead a couple weeks ago? Man, with a Green Bay loss, a Bears win, sitting at the top of the division, still left the Lions to play. That's looking pretty good. Carolina
Panthers didn't look that great.
No, but they're also only one game behind now. They still have plays against Bucks left to play. But yeah, what happened to the Colts too? The overtime. We'll talk about that when we get to them. Was that a good win, or was that oh gosh, here's Daniel Jones? I think it's an oh gosh, Daniel Jones is appearing. We're seeing flashes of what he used to be, but yeah, maybe we'll talk about that a little more when we get to him. But yeah, that's coaches, one of those two, Steichen and Vrabel. And 3 of my favorites. I know it's not going to happen. It's going to be a quarterback, but I got JT, JSN, Patty Mahomes.
Okay. Nick?
You guys both kind of, I'm for starting with the MVP, ignore the massive stutter I just had to start that. It's kind of a combo of what both of you said. I was looking at JSN just because he's on pace for the first ever 2,000 yard season. I mean, in eight games, it was 948 yards, averaging 119 yards per game. That's crazy. He's putting up numbers that are literally historic. Mm-hmm. And along with, as Justin said about JT, with the aspect of having the better season than Saquon, and we all thought Saquon was going to get it, and better season than what CMC had. We thought CMC was going to have it. To me, those are the front runners for it because of the history aspect being made. But because it is that quarterback award, this is where I tie into Chris a little bit and gonna do probably a little happy dance. I see Matt Stafford taking it. I feel like he's doing the best out of it. I mean, of course, there's always the constant people who are in the talk for it, like Josh Allen and Mahomes and Lamar. Those people are always in it. But for the season the Rams are having, and the way Stafford is still moving that ball around, if the season continues on it the way it is for them, I don't see why he wouldn't be the one to win it this year.
Heck yeah.
For Coach of the Year is almost exactly what Justin was saying about the Colts head coach. I mean, we I think all had them as absolute. I think one of us used them as a dumpster fire franchise when we did our first episode, if I remember correctly. I think I'm the one who actually said it because of the year they had last year, and now we're like, oh my God, are the Colts going to the Super Bowl? That turnaround alone is just unbelievable to me that he's. Yeah, I mean, the coach has a 24-18 record with the team, and think about how bad the year.
That's exactly what I like to see for Coach of the Year like that. I don't want the best team of the year, oh, he did good. I like that massive turnaround.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I like to see when Coach of the Year.
They just have to survive the Daniel Jones downfall that Justin is predicting. Because if they don't, and that team starts to lose, and they shuffle down into a wild card spot, it's gonna be really hard for people. And that's the same thing goes for Vrabel, right?
Yeah.
You need to consistently win now. Obviously,
I don't see
dropping a
that
couple
happening to
games
the
is going to
Patriots.
happen. Yeah, true. So, anybody else got any other words on this?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Cool. Yeah, and just so you know, as well as far as the statistics go for JT, he is currently having a better season at this point of the in the year than what Adrian Peterson had when he won MVP. So, just put that out there.
Very cool.
I don't think we have anything else to get into until we get into some of the picks. So let's start getting into the games. One good thing. Never mind. I thought we were done with the 9:30 games. We're at 9:30 games this week again, man. What the frick? I'm over these 9:30 games, dude.
Seems like there's a lot more this year. Is there not?
It's very there is. I think they increased the amount of international games this year. But before we even get to Sunday, let's get to a big Thursday night football game. We're gonna say it's big, but I think we both all know what's gonna happen this game. We've got the New York Jets taking on the New England Patriots. Now the Jets, they gotta win.
They gotta win?
They gotta win.
It can happen?
I don't know, against the Cleveland Browns. So
After
not really a
trading their
great
whole
win.
team?
After trading their whole team, and they almost still lost. So, wasn't a great win, but they did it. Hats off to them. Like, congratulations, you did it. Now you're going to New England on a Thursday night football game, and the spread is minus 13.5 for New England. That's insane, but I like it. I don't think the Jets are gonna. You know what? It's a division game, and division games are always tough. And so I want to be like, yeah, give me Jets, points here. But New England's on a very good run right now. It's gonna take a lot to stop them, and I don't know if this Jets team, after they just unloaded all that talent on the defensive side, is gonna be able to stop this New England offense. So give me the Patriots minus 13.5.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you too. I don't think they're going to have a Carolina Panther lose to a bad team game. I don't think Vrabel's going to allow that to happen. This team is very strong. They're probably going to win the division. Looking at rest of the schedule, Bills, etc. But man, there's something about the points to this.
I know. Trust me,
This just
I
seems
know.
like too much. I mean, it's not too much because they're playing exceptionally well and the Jets are playing exceptionally bad. So I can understand why the spread is that much, and I could definitely see them winning by this much, but maybe we get some garbage time points here to keep it within 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the Jets' points being a division game, but I could definitely see them absolutely smoking them by 30 as well.
Yeah, see, I had the same exact thought as you, but I think I'm just going for the blowout.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nick? I could see it, but I don't know. Yeah, I just maybe the Jets are hyped off a win. They come in division, keep it within 2 touchdowns.
maybe.
See, I'm going off that same mentality as you, Justin, of those garbage time points always seem to find a way most of the time, along with the aspect of the continuation of the absolute dumpster fire of what the primetime games were last week. It should have been like the Packers-Eagles should have been an absolute shootout, theoretically. 2 hot offenses, high-scoring teams, and it just wasn't there. So it feels like primetime's now a wild card.
Yeah, even the Thursday night game last
was an
week
absolute
was
dumpster fire.
horrible.
Yep.
So because of that aspect alone as well, I'm really inclined to go with the Jets spread as well. Within
Okay.
2 touchdowns. I mean, they're losing this football game, but it could end up closer with the divisional aspects as well. But I also wouldn't be surprised if I get out of work on Thursday and check the score of this game, and it's
45-3.
Patriots 97-0.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so you're going Jets points.
Yes, Jets
Yeah.
plus
Okay.
13.5.
All right. So we move on to Sunday. Oh man, I was just alluding to it a second ago. 9:30 games, man. I don't know where this one's playing, and if I'm being honest, I don't really freaking care. I don't like
By
the
the way, it's
9:30
10:29.
games. Um, they're annoying. Who wants to wake up at 9:30 on a Sunday? Some people, lots of people actually probably do, but not me. I would rather not wake up at 9:30 to watch football. I would
Especially with
rather
3-7 Commanders versus a 3-7.
yeah, and then we have the game. The game is the Commanders at the
Give
Dolphins.
me the eyeball avoider of the week.
Yeah, I mean, sure, the Dolphins come off a big win against the Bills, which who the frick saw that coming? None of us. Could tell you that much.
Nope.
Not even just win, but I mean like decidedly win, like in all
Wasn't even
aspects of the
close all
game.
game.
Yeah. So
Boop to boop. This game is in Madrid.
Madrid. Okay.
Cool. I think that's got to be the first
So
time ever, right?
yeah, maybe. I feel like there might have been a Madrid game, like a Eagles game in Madrid or something. I don't know. But Commanders, I mean, they're down there starting quarterback. They scored 22 points against the Lions, but Lions put up 44 points. And Marcus Mariota just didn't look good. I mean, I can't tell you how many times he took like a 15-yard sack
Yep.
just because he couldn't throw the didn't want to throw the football. Both of these teams aren't good. Vegas has a minus 2.5 to the Dolphins. I think I'm just gonna go with that. I'm probably not even gonna watch the game, so just give me the Dolphins at minus 2.5. It's a coin flip, really. This game.
This is
I
definitely
mean,
the eyeball avoider of the week for me.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I think the Dolphins are just going to keep riding it. So, to my surprise, that team still is
They
playing
still want to win.
in a bit against a big team against for Mike McDaniel's. Like they still want to win. I remember talking about last couple of weeks. They've given up locker room. They still want to play football, and it looked like it last week. So I think they're going to keep riding it and get another win this week. Really unfortunate for the Commanders' season. It's just, yeah, just you got the injury bug. Nothing you could really do about it. And
Yep.
head coach Dan Quinn. He said
Dan
he's
Quinn,
going to be
yep.
the defensive coordinator calling the shots there too. So I don't know if that's going to change anything, but that's where his home is. Please come back to us.
Yeah.
But yeah, give me the Dolphins minus 2.5.
Yeah, Justin, I'm gonna have to completely agree. Dolphins minus 2.5 in Miami coming off, or in Miami quotes, um, coming off of a gigantic win off of the Bills, and then coming in, gonna go party in Spain after they beat the Commanders.
Yeah. They say that. Never mind. I'm just gonna leave it. Yeah. So that's yeah. So we're all in agreement that Miami's gonna win that game. It is interesting that Quinn is gonna be taking over for the Commanders' defensive calling. Obviously, that defensive coordinator is not doing what he wants him to do. He thinks he can do it a little bit better. So we'll see what happens this week.
Amen. Come back to us.
Yeah, starting at the 1 o'clock slate on Sunday, we've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Buffalo Bills. Now, these are two teams who we all had a couple weeks ago as top teams in their respective conference.
Except for me. My hot
Well,
take was the Panthers.
before your hot take,
Oh yeah.
we all had the Bucks and the Bills,
Yep.
top in the top of their conference, and now you look at them and they might be struggling for a wild card spot down the stretch. Depending, the Bucks a little bit less because that division is still, who knows. Whereas the Bills, I mean, the Patriots look like they're about to start running away with it. And I do just want to ask you guys about this Bills team. Is it an overreaction to be worried about this loss to the Dolphins that they had? Because that was a huge loss, devastating loss to a team that they 100% should have throttled after the last few weeks that they've had. So I think that it is not an overreaction. I think that there's something wrong with this team. Something doesn't feel right when they play. And obviously they beat the Chiefs. Chiefs also haven't been looking great this year. So I don't know if there was like a downgrade this year with them or something. Like I don't like losing pieces or whatever. They don't have a real true number one receiver. They have James Cook, but like, is he a true number one running back? No, I don't know. They rely on Josh Allen so heavily. And I just think it's starting to wear on them a little bit. I think it's not that big of an overreaction to be afraid of that loss and be worried for this Bills team to come. This game, by the way, I don't think I said, but the spread is -5.5 to the Bills, which the Bucs are what? They're still super injured, eh?
Yeah. I don't know if Bucky Irving's coming back. I don't know what the timeline on his, but I think they pretty much need him for the offense to really.
They need him for
full
yeah.
fire.
I mean, you saw it against the Patriots. You saw it against the Patriots. I know I just said all that stuff about the Bills, but I feel like the Bucs are too injured to go against this Bills team they've got to be fired up after that loss. They've got to be so angry. They've got to be pissed off. It's at home. It's in Buffalo. It's going to be cold, right? So that's starting to play a factor now in these games. I'm going to take the Bucs points. I think the Bills are going to win, but I think the Bucs are going to keep it close.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
This is what I have to say about the Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
If you look at the rest of the AFC in its entirety, there's only one. You could probably give two favorites if you include the Colts, but I think the Danny Dimes downfall is incoming. So I'm going to say one true strong contender in the AFC, and that's the Patriots. And you look at the rest of the weaknesses of the elite top tier teams. You look at the Patriots, there's inexperience. That's pretty much all they have. Phenomenal head coach, MVP, a performing quarterback. They don't even have any weapons on offense, and they're performing on offense. Solid defense, playing great overall, all-around team. You don't really see a weakness there. Pass rush is great. But then you look at all the rest of the elite teams, like the Chiefs, 5-4. We all know the story going in. Are they even making a wild card spot at this point? You can only take so many losses before you're like, it looks like the Broncos are running away from that division. We all know what the Broncos, the weakness is, and that's the offense. How many games can you ride on the defense? Defense wins championships, but when you can't score, I think that's going to come to fruition when you get against the playoff contending teams. You look at, the Colts, Danny Dimes, Texans. We all know that. Their offense still not there. Jags, Trevor Lawrence, Bills. When we get to them, and this is the kind of weird situation about the Bills that I'm looking at. Are they still a team that's going to come back? They have the least air carry yards in the entire, or air to catch yards in the entire league, which means they're not throwing the deep risk ball like Josh Allen did. And remember back in the time where Josh Allen had a ton of turnovers in the year, but man, he had those explosive plays that would win you a football game.
Yep.
So high turnovers, what the heck, but he'd go and win you a game because of that. Now they're not throwing the ball downfield at all. And I think this has a lot to do with the Joe Brady effect, too. Because last year we gave him a lot of credit for keeping him under control. He had no turnovers. They focused on running the ball more. Josh Allen running a little bit more. And kind of an overall 50 package instead of throwing bombs down the field and having a risk factor play, a lot of turnovers. The problem is now the turnovers are coming back. And they're not having the explosive downplay when the game plays anymore. Now it's just we don't throw the ball at all downfield, and we're having a lot of turnovers. So that's, I think, I almost want to say like the Joe Brady effect here, aside like the opposite flip side of the Ben Johnson effect. We're not seeing the go win plays anymore. I think the offense is struggling. James Cook looked awesome in the beginning, but where has he been? I don't know what play call confusion, what's going on with the games back there, but I think you're right, Chris. You hit the nail on the head there. Something seems kind of weird and kind of off.
Yeah.
But all that like coming together and no plays and a lot of turnovers and fewest air yards in the whole entire league, and you're just losing games that you shouldn't lose. I don't know. I think unless you're not too careful, you might be fighting for a wild card spot at the end of this year.
Yeah.
That all being said, give me the Bucks plus 5.5. I could even see him winning this game too, but yeah, Vegas has faith in them. That's a lot of points to put on after just laying an egg against the Dolphins last week.
That's exactly what I thought. That is exactly what I thought.
All
right, Nick.
You got to break a few eggs, and they're about to break a bunch.
Not only that, but I think the Bills have the worst rush defense in the league too, so that's also a problem.
I had a whole line going and everything, and Justin just came on in, ruined the mojo I was going for. I'm going the opposite effect of that. Yeah, they have some struggles, but to lose to the Dolphins is very embarrassing for them, and they're going to want to come back with a vengeance aspect. It feels like every time I've ever said the team's going to come back with a vengeance, they lose by like 25 points. But I don't know. Maybe the Bills coach goes in there and plays on last year, and for some reason, something about 9/11 I remember, and got the team going and winning, and they're going to come in and as I was trying to say, how Justin mentioned they dropped an egg last week. You break a few eggs to make the omelet, so. They dropped it, it broke, and it's time to go on to the good stuff, and that's the Buffalo Bills team we're going to see this Sunday.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I had a similar thought on that. Like when I said as like you had that big loss, and now you have some oomph and you want to win this week, but this is like this we're looking at another playoff style game here with two teams that are playoff contenders, so. Could be a lot closer than you think. Moving on to the next game, we have the Cincinnati Bengals against our own Knicks, Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, we know what happened last time these teams faced off against each other. Mr. Flacco, in his second game with the Bengals, just comes out and rips this Steelers defense apart.
I'm taking my headset off.
And man, the Steelers this week did not look very good either. I mean, I don't think they didn't score their touch. They scored a field goal early, and then they didn't do anything until the end of the game. And they let the struggling Chargers team score 25 points on them. I mean, they lost like everybody in this game. The Chargers did. They are so riddled with injuries now, and this Steelers defense, who it's supposed to be the pride and joy of that team, just couldn't get it done. I don't know who's to blame over there. Is it offensive coordinator? Is it Aaron Rodgers? Is it Mike Vrabel? Not Mike Vrabel. Why? Mike Tomlin. You know, who are we blaming here? Was Mike Tomlin's success because he had Ben Roethlisberger? Ever since Ben Roethlisberger has been off this team, this has not been the same team. He's not been able to win consistently with any quarterback that's been in there. So, something to think about coming down the stretch here. This is again, they've got the Steelers at -5.5, which is not really understanding that. Bengals coming out of a bye. Zach Taylor historically good out of a bye. I understand that it's in Pittsburgh, but I don't see it. I'm not seeing it for the Steelers. And for my first whoopsie daisy of the week, give me the Cincinnati Bengals to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh.
They did it before. Can they do it again? By the way, I will like to add before on the Bills, just one last thing.
Sure.
The Bills, leading up to the season, in their past 60 games, 60, they've only lost by double digits one time. Once in 60 games. That was to the Ravens, 35-10. Just this season alone, they've already lost by more than double digits twice this year. So that might be a little bit of a concern too, to the Dolphins and the Falcons. Just kind of weird. All right, going on to this game. The Steelers, man, they seem like they're great one week and bad the next. It's 50-50. Good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. Last week, man, it was everything. Defense, Aaron Rodgers, offense, nothing was working. But you got to give credit to the Chargers and Justin Herbert because, yes, even though they're completely injured, did you know that offensive line has let up the most pressure in the entire NFL? And Justin Herbert is constantly under pressure, more than any other quarterback, but like a lot.
It doesn't surprise me, not even the slightest.
But he still looks great. And he's still getting the ball out. He's still scoring points. That offense still looks good. You got to give him credit. I think the Chargers get more credit than they deserve here. Or get less than they deserve. But,
don't get as much, yeah.
For this game, I don't think they let it happen again. Especially at home when the towels are flying and Renegade comes on. Joe Flacco isn't going to do it to him again, even though Mike Tomlin is petrified of him. I think this is the same thing the Rams, 49ers that you all were scared of going on, and then all of a sudden it was a blowout. I think this is going to be the same here for this case. Give me the Steelers -5.5. They're not going to let it happen again.
All right, Mr. Nick.
I don't think he's... Oh.
I'm here.
Sounded like Darth Vader for a second. You just said some... I'm here.
Yeah, Justin can make those jokes now because he's actually seen Star Wars now.
Yeah, I have.
That is true.
I still got the last 3 to go. But...
Yeah.
I don't even know where to fucking begin with this team anymore. It's just, the highs are high and the lows are low, and I like on Sunday I opened up my phone. I was like, oh my god, football's on, Pittsburgh's on. I'm leaving work. I can watch the game, and I saw the score is 3-2, and I turned my phone off for the rest of the evening. Didn't even watch the game because of like my blood pressure. I might need to go to a fucking doctor and actually get medical testing because I think my blood pressure is out of control because of this team. It just, I get chest pains, my breathing gets shaky. It's just something's not right, and it's always correlated to this team. Because even though we haven't had a losing season, we are not a good football football team. We haven't won a playoff game in 10 years. 10 years we have not won a playoff game. If that was any other organization, that coach would be gone already. The definition of insanity, I believe, if I'm pulling up definitions on this now, is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Extreme foolness or irrationality. And the Steelers and Mike Tomlin think doing the same thing every single year is going to get a different result when it hasn't. Tomlin has a Super Bowl, 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 Super Bowl win with the team of the former coach that was built. Since he's built his own team, if we didn't go with the Killer Bees, prime Antonio Brown, Martavius Bryant, Le'Veon Bell, Ben Roethlisberger was still kind of agile. As agile for like a refrigerator on wheels. And we did nothing then. And our team has just steadily gotten worse. It's 3rd and 10. We run a pitch or a check down screen. Not taking the play calls and the shots. And I believe I saw a stat in every possible scenario this year, except for like 3 occasions where every stat analyst is saying go for it on 4th down, go for it on 3rd down, we've kicked the ball away. We have no hunger or anything to win a fucking football game anymore. And it's driving me crazy. Today at work, someone was wearing a Steelers shirt, and I said, started talking about the Steelers. And as soon as I said I'm from Pittsburgh, I go to the games. His wife with him happened to be a Chargers fan. I swear to God, a tear fell down this man's face when he started to talk about the past, how the team used to be. And then talked about the direction it's going. Steelers, he was from, I believe it was San Francisco, but a Steelers fan. And Steelers fans over there is also saying that change needs to happen. We put up with the same thing too much every single year. And it's just, I'm tired of it. And that's exactly what's going to happen in this game as well, is the exact same thing that happened last time, is Joe Flacco is just going to throw the check down and 37 balls to Jamar Chase because we can't cover anything. Our defense just lays back when they need to step up recently. Our offense can't get anything together because it's like Matt Canada's still there. For my first whoopsie-daisy of the week, give me the Cincinnati Bengals.
Dang.
Oh my God.
He is going against his team. You know, if I was in your position, I'd never go against my team.
The 5.5 is a joke that we will score more than. I mean, the Bengals have one of the worst defenses in the league for like the last years. We are supposed to have one of the best. We have the highest paid defense in the league. We're known for defense every year. We bring the blitzes. If you're going to catch the ball in the middle, you're getting hit and that's coming out. It doesn't matter. We have people trying to play patty cake when they're trying to make tackles. There's no will to win. There's no motivation coming from the Mike Tomlin. He says all these little catchphrases every single press conference after every single loss. He says almost identically the exact same things. Oh, we'll look at the tape. That we have our standard. That's not the standard that we play to. We'll learn from it. We'll grow. We need to face the adversity and rise to the occasion. Almost every single week, I bet you can go back through last year, the year before that, or this year, and I guarantee you all 3 of those things get said by him. Because it just there's no will or effort or anything to get into it. He's just coasting. Yes, he's the winningest coach in NFL history, but there's no results to show for it. There's nothing besides the aspect of like, okay, cool, we finish middle of the road every single year.
He got 1 Super Bowl with a team that was given to him.
That was it.
Yeah.
That's literally his accomplishment. His Super Bowl 43, Pittsburgh, the first team to get 6 Super Bowls, wasn't even his team. It was his 2nd year as our coach, or 3rd year as our coach. He has absolutely done nothing for the organization but keep us right in the middle of the pack. for over a decade.
Yeah. Hope that felt good to get off your chest, buddy.
It does.
Let's move on to the next game here. We have the Houston Texans at the Tennessee Titans. The Texans open up at a -7 favorite. Titans, I'm just going to be quick with this one. I don't have much to say on these two teams. Great win from the Texans. That's what I have to say. Great win from the Texans. Comeback win against the Jaguars. The game at one point, I think, was 29-10. So, and they end up winning at 36-29. So good for them. This defense is, I mean, they let 29 points up against, with the Jags scoring 29 points, whatever. But up until this game, they've had a top 5 defense, and I think that will continue here. Tennessee just is Tennessee. I don't have any faith in them. I have more faith in the Texans defense and slightly their offense. So give me the Texans -7.
You know what, Chris?
Yep.
I'm going to completely agree. Give me the Texans -7. The Titans are just bad, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm so very sorry, but they might not even score against this team. But yeah, I think the Texans are coming up. I think they're. I think they might have a chance here coming in the last few weeks to kind of surprise sneaky the Colts. You never know. I would keep an eye out for that. Yeah, give me the Texans -7.
Well, didn't get to say it last week because they were on a bye. The ye old saying of me this year: Cam Ward understands why the Tennessee Titans were able to draft him. Give me the Houston Texans -7.
Cool. Get out of that one quick.
It's a sweep.
Next, we have the Green Bay Packers at the New York Giants. And the Packers opened up at -7. I think that the Packers are going to win this game. The Giants they don't know who they are right now. We talked about that earlier with the firing. And I know we talked about a couple weeks ago where if you fire a head coach, put some spark in the team and they can win. Not quite sure that's going to happen. It could happen because this Packers team is not looking good. At home against a playoff team, of course, they looked dreadful all game long. I mean, they couldn't get anything going. They couldn't get the run going. They couldn't get the pass going. Jordan Love kind of looked like he had like a deer in headlights half the time. I mean, that fumble that he had was just absolutely atrocious. Now, you're a 6th-year guy, right? Third year starter, right? This is 3rd-year starter, 6th-year guy, 7th-year guy, maybe even. I think he sat behind Rodgers for like 4 years. Now, you're a 7th-year guy, 6th, 7th year. You know what you need to do with the football. You know that you need to protect the football. You know the things that you have to do. You saw the things that you have to do. And I just do not like the trajectory for this team right now. I'm not going to take the whoopsie daisy here because I do not think the Giants are going to be able to do anything against this team either. So I'm going to take the Packers -7. But I did see something very interesting to, all of these guys on the sports, like, oh, well, Rodgers and Favre did this, so that means Jordan Love will do this because he's this age. Super Bowls all at 27, blah, blah, blah. Aaron Rodgers' time with Green Bay, his record for when his defense allows fewer than 17 points was 65-4.
Damn.
After this game, Jordan Love's record when the defense allows fewer than 17 points, 8-4. He already has as much losses as Aaron Rodgers had in his whole career in Green Bay.
That is pretty interesting.
That is... Now, you could call it a lack of offense. You could call it play calling. You could call it a lack of a number one receiver. A true number one receiver, I should say. But ultimately, the blame goes on to the quarterback, and Jordan Love is not doing the things that he needs to do in my eyes. I'm taking the Packers here at -7, but I kind of just want to get your guys' input on that.
Yeah, this is a Bo Nix effect for me. It is 100% the quarterback. You hold the Eagles to 10 points, I'd say that's a really good game.
Great.
Very good game. And I don't think the defense is the problem. This is definitely, you look at where's the weakness of this team? You could say receivers. They don't really have like a go-to like S-tier receiver, I would say, like a top guy. But I think it's quarterback play. I think this is Bo Nix effect for sure. Their offense just has to get rolling. That's the only, you got to score points. That's the only thing to it. Man, they look great week 1, but aside from that, Packers fans, what happened? Yeah, give me the Giants +7.
Yeah, I mean they
Still think
lost
the
the Browns. They
Yeah. It's just been not good.
What were you gonna say? That you still think the Packers?
Oh, I still think the Packers win against the New York
Yeah.
Football Giants.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm going to take the points for sure. Giants +7.
Yeah, and when you look at their losses, I mean they drop a game against the Browns. They drop a game against the Panthers.
Panthers are good though.
Yeah, but kinda, barely, maybe. I still don't have a lot of trust in them after they just got beat up by the Saints, who are again.
Tell you, it happens. You're always going to lose to a bad team. I mean, you take any team out of this whole entire year, you're going to lose to a team you're not supposed to lose to. You just talked about the Bills.
Well, the Packers have lost to a lot of teams they're not supposed to lose to. So, that's where I'm
okay,
having
the
an
Packers
issue.
did too, but I thought we were talking about the Panthers.
I'm not, but I'm talking about yeah. Well, the Panthers.
So there we go.
tier
Around the
for
league,
me
just like you
was-
said, everyone loses to the teams.
Yeah, but the tiers for me were the Packers were we all had, and you can't tell me we didn't. We all had the Packers up and in the top slot of the NFC,
we did.
and then they drop a game to a team that you have a lot of hope for, but not a lot of other people do. That's a game that everybody figured they were going to win. And not only did they lose,
So I said
they
hot
got
take Bears
blown
are coming
out.
up. Ben Johnson effect. I'm telling you. No one wants to listen,
So-
but here they are, tied for first. You all thought I was
Yeah, I don't
crazy.
know. Just Nick, what you got?
You mean besides depression?
He hasn't moved on from last game yet.
No.
Just got to give him a little bit.
This might be my tone for the rest of the podcast. Honestly, guys, I just put a lot of energy into that. That was emotionally draining. I don't know what I feel right now other than pain. I mean the Packers Eagles game, like Justin said, holding the Eagles offense to 10 points you played a good game. The defense played a good game to hold that offense to 10 points. Holding the tush push back from 97 attempts on the 1 yard line, and every time they're within 2 yards of the first down. But with the Giants struggling without Scotabo and Neighbors, I just don't think they'll be able to do anything against this defense. After the game they just played against the Eagles, they're going to be hungry. I mean, even with Green Bay struggling to score in that game, they can put up points. I mean, look at what they did to the Steelers with Tucker Kraft and making him look like prime Rob Gronkowski.
Well, Tucker Kraft is out for the season, so.
But I'm saying they have. Yeah, yes, I know. I'm saying they have the potential to be able to do things like that.
That's actually a good point to make, Chris. I think that is going to have more of an effect than we think.
Yeah, and I
It's
think it
definitely-
showed already.
He was number one target. He was the guy. He was doing great. But I think they're going to start to find their way around that. And I mean, I could see the Giants not even scoring a touchdown in this game. I think the Packers score at least a field goal and a touchdown. So give me Packers -7.
Cool. All right. Moving on to the next game here. Oh, how did I get my DraftKings updated? I'm using the DraftKings going through the list, and somehow my DraftKings updated to where the Packers moved up in the list in my than the other games. That's weird.
Did it screw up your order?
Yeah, like screwed up my order in my like I'm looking at it now. I'm like, wait, we already talked about the Titans game and the Steelers game. So the next game on the list, we have the Chicago Bears at the Minnesota Vikings. This game, Bears look great in the second half. Come back to beat the struggling Giants. The Vikings just don't look good right now. I don't know what's wrong with them. I didn't get to see the full game. I don't know if anybody in here did against the Lamar Jackson led Ravens, but looking at the scores, it doesn't look like they did very well. So I'm not sure what to think of this game here. They have the Vikings at -3, which is a home game, I guess. Division game, home game, blah blah. I don't think I like it. I don't know. I'm kind of riding the high of the Chicago Bears right now and the Ben Johnson effect. So I'm going to take... Is this a whoopsie daisy +3? I guess I'm taking... Or is it 3.5?
No, it's 3.
3? Okay, I guess I'm taking the whoopsie daisy. I'm taking the Bears to beat the Vikings.
Woo! You know what,
I like
Chris?
it. Yeah.
I completely agree. I think the Bears are on a complete heater right now, and they just end up winning games, even when all hope is lost.
Happened 2 weeks in a
AKA
row.
last week, when my generational whoopsie-daisy run, when the Giants should have won that game, guess what? They were losing all the way up to the final minutes. Same as last week, same as the last week before. But guess what? This crew bands together, and they get it done. And they get the win. And I think it's for the Ben Johnson effect. For my first whoopsie-daisy of the week, although it is a divisional game, they always are going to play tough. And, man, the Bears have had some tough ones. Give me the Chicago Bears, the Bears.
The Bears.
Winning the game.
I'm so glad you guys are starting to do that now as well. That actually gave me a little bit of life again for this podcast. To hear you guys go, "Duh, Bears." But yeah, I'm gonna have to completely agree with both of you. Actually, this is a clean sweep, whoopsie daisy for the Fastcast boys.
Is this the first time all year?
No, we do that. We say that almost every single time that we do this. It's not the first time. I promise you that. But I will also indeed be taking the Bears. That's the rest of the motion you guys get out of me, probably.
Yeah. I think this is the first time we have all taken a whoopsie daisy.
I think so.
No.
I want to say it is.
No, no, it is not, because of when the Steelers, Packers, when we all took the whoopsie daisy and that. We all took that.
Oh,
one.
we did.
All,
Yeah, you're right.
Daisy same week.
I
think
didn't.
we all took
I know
the
I
Rams.
didn't take the Cowboys whoopsie daisy. There's no way I did.
Don't worry,
I
we'll get to that.
Yeah, the Bears to win.
The
To win
Bears.
the football game.
All right. Coming up next, we have the Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons. And the Falcons are -3.5 over the Panthers.
Almost the same.
Both teams. Yeah, almost the same thing as what we just talked about. Both
Yep.
teams kind of fucking suck. I don't know. They're 50-50 to me each week. You don't know what you're going to get out of them. Are you going to get the Falcons team that put up 30 points on the Bills? Are you going to get the Panthers team that let the number one pick New Orleans Saints win. And I'm going to ask you the same question about the Bills. We talked about the Bills earlier. Let's talk about the Panthers. Is it an overreaction to be worried about that loss? Both of those losses coming from division games, which we all talk about being as tough games. So tough game, tough division game. I still think it's a little concerning. You have teams like the Rams, for example, that put up freaking 50 points on the Saints. And then you go in and you just drop the egg like you do. I think it's concerning. But I also think that the Falcons are concerning this year too. Justin had a lot of hope for them beating the Colts. They couldn't get the job done. I mean, it's hard to beat a team when their running back runs for 250 yards and 4 touchdowns, or whatever the crazy stat line that JT had. But that's a big glaring problem for that Falcons team too, being able to let up the run like that. It's not very good. Quarterback play isn't good. Or at least maybe not that it's not good. It's just not consistent. It's not consistent enough. I don't like either team here, if I'm being honest, but I actually think I'm going to take the whoopsie daisy, and I'm going to take the Panthers over the Falcons. I think I have less issues with the Panthers than I do the Falcons right now.
I would say it's a glaring issue to lose to the Saints because it does look pretty bad. But the Saints have got to win a game. You know, it's almost like the Jets thing. Like, when are they going to get their first one of the year? You know, you're just going to drop to some that you need to win. This one is a really bad timing because you win this, guess what? You're in the division lead right now, especially with a game to go against the Bucs. I'm not going to lose hard on them, although I do think this is another Bo Nix effect with Bryce and Jordan Love. I think they're all in the same, like, Illuminati triangle where this could be on them. This could be on them. I do like the Panthers team. I like their defense. I'm just not fully trusting in Bryce, to be completely honest with you. But, yeah, for my second whoopsie daisy as well, I'm going to completely agree with Chris. Give me the Panthers to win this game away in Atlanta. Second whoopsie daisy. Now that I'm off my generational run, I get to pick multiple Panthers money.
I'm going to leave this one simple. I agree with one of you. Mr.
How do you
Justin.
agree with one of us when we...
We had different takes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with Justin's take on this one for a Panthers whoopsie daisy. On this as well.
Chris said.
Well, I took the Panthers
He
whoopsie
took
daisy
the
too.
whoopsie daisy too.
Correct, but I'm saying like your take
Oh, okay.
for the whoopsie daisy.
Okay.
That's where I was going with that.
You have any other remarks other than just agreeing with Justin?
No, I'm still coping.
Okay.
He's a
Yeah.
he's a Shulker box right now.
He is a Shulker box. All right.
Oh, that was really good. That was.
Oh my god. Blah, blah, blah.
All right.
Oh,
God, we're such losers. Okay. A big game next. We start the 4:00 window. And this is a game that I am so fucking nervous about. We've got the Seattle Seahawks coming to the LA Rams. Rams open at -2.5 favorites.
Wait. Before we go to the 4 o'clocks, don't forget Jags Chargers.
See, my list My list must have shuffled, so I don't.
Yeah. Do the because Jags Chargers is 1 o'clock. Do that one before we move on to the.
I didn't see it because my thing it pushed it up to the top of the
Your
1 o'clock
reordered
games.
thing.
You're good.
Thank you. Because we have stuff to talk about this game too. So we've got the LA Chargers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. The LA Chargers open up at -3 favorites. I'm going to make it easy. I'm going to take the Chargers to win this game, but I have a question for you guys. Is it time?
For it's okay, it's not okay. No.
Yeah. For the Jags to move on from Trevor Lawrence? I'm going to say yes. I think this season is it. I think he's had enough opportunities to go out there and show that he can be a successful starting quarterback, franchise quarterback, and I'm just not seeing it anymore. I have no hope for him as their starting quarterback. Sure, they went out and went to a playoffs once, maybe twice. He's been to the playoffs a couple times, but he is really struggling down the stretch this year. Last year, I mean, he's not playing very good football. Injuries, sure, maybe, blah, blah, blah. He's too 50-50. To Justin's point, whenever Trevor Lawrence is on the field, somebody's winning the football game. So I'm not trusting him. I think they try to move off him this year. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but I think they got to use a pick here or trade or do something, because I think that Trevor Lawrence is stinking it up right now. Move off him, figure something else out, because I think the trial period is done for him.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
Give me
that's
the
a hot
Chargers
take.
-3.
Wouldn't say that's a hot take at all, because I mean I completely agree with you. If any year was the year he was going to show that he could put the team in a position to even make the playoffs, for that matter, this would have been it. This literally would have been it.
Yeah.
You had kind of a leadish going in. The Texans are making a run back. We all thought the Colts were going to be like, this was like their division to kind of come out and say they're going to be a team. They beat the Chiefs too, by the way,
Yeah, they did.
this year. Should have never happened. But now you see as the year goes on, they're kind of going wee all the way down, you know?
Yep.
And that's been the story for, how many years do you let this ride? You bring in a
Exactly.
new coach this year. You bring in all these, everything has changed except for one single thing. What does that happen to be?
Quarterback.
Happens to be the Prince, Trevor Lawrence. So yeah, I think this was his hot seat year. I think that's the only move left they have to kind of revise this team. So I agree with you on that. Like this was it. The way I look at it, if I'm GM, this is your year. This is it. This is all you got. Prove it to us. If not, we're gonna move on. So yeah. That being said, as well, Chargers -3.
I'm also gonna have to completely agree. And if I've learned anything about where quarterbacks go after they've been discarded by their team, it sounds like he'll be the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers next year.
That'd be kind of cool.
Absolutely not. Please no. I can't get hope for as like young gun quarterback, just like Kenny Pickett. Everyone thought he was gonna be the face of the franchise, and Mr. Small Hands is now what in Vegas?
Yes,
Who would you want to be the quarterback then? It also seems like this year is going to be like a very high draft value for quarterbacks. Like there's a lot of weak spots in the league for QBs at this point.
Yeah, there's a lot of weak spots in the league, but there's not a lot of guys coming out that are going to be able to take over the reins.
I thought so.
There's not.
I thought that's what I was hearing. Was this year's going to be the year of the quarterback?
If we don't draft a quarterback this year, Justin, you need to come drive across the state and check on me.
So you want to draft one?
I feel like I mean, yeah, but
I feel like just the temperature of the league, like drafting as of recent quarterbacks have not been good.
But if I remember correctly, isn't this draft a Manning's coming through? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, but
He also
he
does
doesn't
not
look
look good.
great.
If you draft Arch Manning, you're gonna go on 17. I'm sorry, but
And then we'll get a number 1 overall pick. Maybe it's what's necessary. But to put in perspective of who we could have had, Lamar Jackson went in the second round when it was towards the end of Ben's career, and when
Lamar Jackson went the last pick of the first round.
I thought he was the first of the second.
He was the 32nd pick.
That is correct. Yes. When we were starting to realize where again quarterbacks go after they've run their course, and we were holding on to Ben Roethlisberger for a little bit too long, we drafted Terrell Edmonds over Lamar Jackson, who Terrell Edmonds has now played in the last 1, 2, 3 years. He has played a total of 20 games. This year he's played a single game. Last year he played 5 for 3 teams. That's who we wasted our draft picks on, and part of back into the whole spiel of just saying middle of the road. I don't. If I could have my pick of quarterbacks of the league, if anyone somehow gets traded, of course it would be the people who would never be traded, like Lamar, which would never happen because rivalry, or Baker, or someone like that. That with DK and Jalen Warren would be a dangerous offense. But Trevor Lawrence, wherever he goes after Jacksonville after the season, please, for the love of God, do not be Pittsburgh for my mental sanity. And on that note, give me the LA Chargers -3. Unless you somehow become the prince again this game and absolutely pull out the Chargers, and then I'll do anything in the world to get you over there, because screw the Chargers.
All right. Now, back to the 4 o'clock games. There's no more that I missed, right?
Nope, that was it.
We're good? Okay. All right. So, again, starting the 4 o'clock slate. Again, I'm going to say it, a game that I am very nervous about. Yeah, Seattle Seahawks.
It's a game I will say.
Game of the week.
Game of the week.
100% game of the week.
Game of the week.
This is like Super Bowl.
This is like game of the year.
This is
almost, with how well these two teams have been playing. And I haven't even said it. They probably already know. Well, I did say it earlier. The Seattle Seahawks at the LA Rams. Rams -2.5 favorites. The trajectory that these two teams have been headed for this head-on collision for the last couple weeks now, and it's been ramping up real fast. I mean, we're about to collide so hard. This is a huge game. We're tied as far as the overall record goes. We haven't played as many division games. We've literally only played the division games against the 49ers, which we split. They have a couple division games up on us, which is why they have the tiebreaker with us currently. But I'm really hoping that we can come out and somehow manage a win against this team. I don't know if we're going to be able to. JSN is on an unbelievable run. That defense is playing incredible. The turnovers list the last game that they had. I mean, everything was working for them. And then you look at the Rams, and the Rams offensively have been playing some of the best football in the league as well. But defensively, I do not trust it. You see all the points. I say all the points as they scored 26 points against us last week, the 49ers did, but everything over the middle was open. Everything. The good thing that we have is that we can stop the run. We are very good this year at stopping the run, but that doesn't matter when you have a team where all they do is throw it. And Sam Darnold throws the ball 50 times a game and scores 40 points a game. And JSN rips off 200 yards a game. Even Cooper Kupp getting involved last week on a big 50-yard catch and run. So I'm going with the Rams -2.5. Never doubting my team as far as that goes. I'm always going to pick them, but I'm very nervous about this game. I think that's all I'm going to say about it, Justin.
I would be too. I was going to say this might be the only two teams in the entire league right now with a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense. I'm pretty sure that could be the case.
Possibly.
if you are not watching this game, you are not a football fan. This is
Yeah, it really
game of the
sucks
week,
that
game of
we're
the
4
year,
o'clock.
Super Bowl of the year. This probably should have been flexed, yeah.
How do you flex out the Lions and the Eagles though? Out of Sunday night,
I mean,
you don't.
I would. I mean, everything's on the line for this. I think this is 1 seed implications
Coast-
too.
East Coast. There's an East Coast bias as well in the NFL, being
is
that
there?
everything is in New York.
I didn't even know that, but
Yeah, there's an East Coast bias when it comes to primetime games.
but either way, it's not going to take away that this is going to be a great game.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything you said, man. I mean, this could go. I mean, Vegas has them favored for a reason. This could go either way for but I think with the momentum that they're having right now is the only reason. I'm going to take the points for the Seahawks. I mean, this could quite literally be a 1-point game. But just the momentum they've been having week to week, and I just last week, like, looking at the game, I'm like, this is the Super Bowl team. I think I'm gonna ride them for this game for a little bit. I could see definitely the Rams winning for sure, but this is almost like a coin flip. Throw it up in the air for me too. Super Bowl of the year. Any team has a chance to win this game. They're both very, very strong contenders. But for this one, I'm going to just take the points, kind of play it almost kind of a little bit safe, but not really. Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. This is the one. This is the one to watch.
I have some information that might change your opinion on this, Justin. 73% of the bets are on the Seahawks spread.
73%, huh? Who has the money line right now?
It's I can't find that. I can only find the spread. Why?
73%.
I was putting trends and I just saw it said 73%.
That's actually pretty good news for Rams fans, going to be honest with you.
Because that
73 is a lot.
Vegas always gets their money. And the
Well,
LA Rams. You're finished, right, Justin?
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Vegas gets their money. They always get their money. The LA Rams will win by a field goal because of that aspect of just Vegas. Vegas gets their money.
That was it?
That was it. Simply off the aspect of almost.
So you're going with the Rams.
I'm
He's
taking
going with the Rams.
Even
All
though
right.
Jay is on a phenomenal season.
Dude, yeah.
Arnold's doing good. Charbonnet scoring a bunch of touchdowns because they just stopped giving Kenneth Walker the ball.
Man, I'm even nervous for this game, and I'm not even a fan of either of these teams.
Yeah, it's just a big game.
It is. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be
These
a
are the
very fun
ones you
game. Nah.
Get excited about.
Yeah, this is for possible 1 seed implications and obviously division winning implications. Whoever wins this game has a huge leg up to win the division. Then we move on to the next game of the week. Another NFC West game. The 2 losers of last week.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. We've got the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. In Arizona, San Francisco is a -2.5 favorites for this one. Yeah, lots of 2.5 favorites for the NFC West teams this week. Interesting. Cardinals looked horrible, absolutely terrible. Obviously they scored, but like in garbage time and like whatever you want to call it. Cardinals did not look good at all. Jacoby Brissett just, dude, throw the ball away. That's all I have to say. Same thing with Marcus Mariota. Like, just both of those guys, throw the ball away. It's okay. On 2nd and 10, If you're going to take a fucking 15-yard sack, throw the ball away. Don't take the sack. San Francisco, they lose. But on the offensive side of the ball, they didn't look too bad up until about the third quarter. You know, Mac Jones doing his thing, slinging the ball. Run game that wasn't really there. Run game was not there at all against the Rams. So I think that probably changes this week. The Arizona does not have the same defense as the Rams. Arizona's obviously just got blown out. I think it's just going to continue to happen. So give me the San Francisco 49ers minus 2.5.
I'm going to simply agree, and this is completely down to the Cowboys effect. Man, they were really excited, really happy. Dude, Jacoby Brissett, holy, what a game. This is amazing. Look how many points. This offense is sick. We're going to name him our starter. Yeah, this is going to be... And then they get blown out. That's just the Cowboys effect. You score 40 points, and then the next week you score 9 because you think you have something going. No, that's just playing the worst historical defense of all time in sports history.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't think they had anything there to begin with. They're not going to continue to have anything there. The 49ers are going to come by and win this game, minus 2.5. Pretty much easily. Put this on a lock, actually. This is like my bet of the week. If anything, bet on this game. Take this spread. Easy win.
There's one determining factor for me. Oh, wait. Never mind. Kyler Murray's still out, correct?
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, he's done.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so it
Probably
doesn't
for the
matter
year.
if
I would assume for the year.
coming out or not. But yeah, I have more faith in the 49ers than I do in the Cardinals. I mean, a field goal to me, it feels like kind of the standard to win by. So anytime it's minus 2.5, if I have more faith in that team, I will take it all the time. So 49ers minus 2.5.
Cool. We've got another division game coming up. We have the Baltimore Ravens at the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland almost beats the Jets. They're almost beat a bottom 5 team. Not looking too great for this team. Not the Ravens looking pretty good against a Vikings team who are they good? Are they not? That's one of those teams where through halfway through the season or a little over halfway now, they still haven't really found their true identity. Same thing with like the Steelers. It's another team that really hasn't found their identity yet this far into the season. So those type of teams, you're this far along and you still haven't found your identity and you're about 500. It's going to be tough for you to make a playoff push when you play like that. Now, the Ravens, they're looking good. Lamar Jackson, do you even like possibly consider him in an MVP conversation if they manage to turn this year around and make the playoffs or well maybe even possibly win this division? And my question for you is, do you think they could? Are we looking at the first 1-5 team to make the playoffs? I think we might. I don't know what happened. Getting Lamar Jackson back has been a blessing to this team. We all knew he's a 2-time MVP, so it's not like it's something that is oblivious to us. But with how they started, it didn't look good at all, and they really just turned this team around. Ravens minus 7.5 favorites, and I think I'm gonna rock with them. Kind of like we were talking about earlier with the Bears. This Ravens team they're on a run right now. They're going. Browns are not. It should be a fairly good game for the Ravens to go and score some points. 7.5 is a lot, but I think I'm going to take it. I'm taking the Ravens minus 7.5.
All I have to say.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh, Steelers fans. Uh-oh. Look who's crawling back from the caves. Uh-oh, they can smell you now. Oh, he left. He left. Yeah, my gosh. It has happened before. 1 in 5 teams coming back. The Chiefs did it, I'm pretty sure, not too long ago. Pretty sure the Colts did it once. Maybe even the Steelers did it. 1 in 5, I'm not sure, but a few teams have. I know the Bengals have done it once. But yeah, it doesn't happen very often, but this is a perfect recipe for it to happen. And I think they know they're locked and loaded. They have to win these games. They can't drop any. Every week is the most important week for them, and they've been delivering. They're going to move right past the Browns. I'm going to take them -7.5 as well. But, man, they have the Steelers drop another one. Their records are getting closer and closer.
Do you want to attend a funeral?
It does have an interesting... oh, by the way, the Lamar MVP, I don't think that's ever going to happen. I think he missed too much of the year for that to happen.
Yeah, of course, like... But, you know, it's a fun thing to talk about, you know? Like,
yeah, it is.
If he just rides this team all the way up to a playoff, maybe not MVP, but is that something that you consider, like... Do you consider that like a comeback player, or is that not quite a comeback player?
I don't know. I don't know what the
stipulation is on that.
Yeah, how it is on there. Yeah, but I mean, this is why he's been multiple MVP. He's just like he's the guy. He's gonna make you win games, and yeah, you're right. Since he's back, they look like the Ravens again.
So are you taking the Ravens?
Yeah.
-7.5?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, it feels like every week it's too much of the Steelers we have to talk about. Absolutely.
He's depressed.
I still have the Ravens, even from the beginning of the year. I still had the Ravens winning the division regardless. Because what did I say when you guys were talking about, oh, the Steelers are looking good? We were like 4-1. We were winning the games. We were like, oh my gosh, Aaron Rodgers, he's slinging the ball. The defense was playing okay. What did I say happens every year? The Pittsburgh Steelers have a end of season implosion and will lose like a month and a half straight of football. Guess where we're at? It's a week or two early, but that's where it is. Again, the rest of the Pittsburgh Steelers schedule is, it's already in my hotkey of Google. That makes me sad just thinking about it. We play the Bengals, the Bears, the Bills, the Ravens, Dolphins, Lions, Browns, Ravens. The games I saw us possibly being able to win still is the Dolphins game, but who knows with the way they just played against the Bills, and maybe the Bears game. We will
not the Browns
lose. We will lose to the Browns.
Because we're the Cleveland Browns.
I love that.
Yeah.
We will lose to the Browns. It's in Cleveland. It's destined to happen. It's going to be a snow game again. Somehow we're going to lose. Jameis Winston's somehow going to appear on the sideline and eat a W just like last year, even though he's not even on the team anymore. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, possibly 7 losses on the season, with 2 more wins. If I'm correct on that. Oh, that would actually put us at a losing season. That doesn't happen under Mike Tomlin. Excuse me. So I guess we're winning 4 games left. 3 to 4 games left we'll win, which will be then maybe against the Cleveland Browns. That will put us at, what, 8-8? Yeah, 8-8.
8-8 doesn't exist, buddy.
It does when you have a tie.
It does.
Well, yeah, you'd have to go 8-8-1, but you don't have a tie, so you'd have to tie somewhere.
That's true. Yeah, we will somehow find a way to end the season at 9-8. It will happen. And with that as well, I want to take a look at the Ravens schedule, talking on this, of them coming back for the division. They play the Browns, Jets, Bengals, us, Bengals, Patriots, Packers, us. They will beat us both times. They're going to beat the Browns.
Do you have them the points, though?
Come in?
Do you have a -7.5 this game?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. It's high my pick there. They're going to beat the Browns. They're going to beat the Jets. They'll probably split the year on the Bengals, especially if Joe Burrow's back for the second game.
He is back at practice.
Right, and that game is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks away, December 14th.
So it could be.
So
that'd
he
be
could be
so
back.
cool.
That might be one of his first games back. So,
do they still have a chance?
Maybe. They got to win a couple more games.
They got to win some games without him. But that aspect, I see the Ravens losing 3 games on the rest of the year. Especially if Lamar Jackson stays healthy, because that team looks different without him. Yeah, he's missed too much of the season. I agree to be in the MVP race. But this is and has been, and forever will be for the rest of the year, the Baltimore Ravens division to win.
I did just see something that was breaking news today that I didn't see until just now. That Eagles cornerback that they just traded for is Jair Alexander is stepping away from football.
Oh my God!
So the Eagles trade for a corner, and he decides to step away.
I don't think that's going to matter too much.
Not
to be
retire,
honest,
but he just needs to focus on getting himself right physically and mentally. So he could still play this year, but he just needs whatever time he needs. And with the devastation that happened to the Cowboys, I think that's fine.
Devastation. Thanks for that.
Well, I meant that's a devastating thing to have happen for your team.
Oh,
the
you're
guy
talking
to go
about
out
that.
and
Yeah,
because mental health. Mental health things. Rest in peace to that young kid.
Yeah.
So I think it's fine. Step away. Do what you need to do. No. Talk about human stuff right here.
Yeah.
But that's just interesting for the Eagles, like you said. Not that it probably really matters, but something to look at moving forward. All right, so we move on to the next game. Another divisional game. I mean, this week is full of divisional games. We've got the Kansas City Chiefs going to the Denver Broncos. Chiefs open up at 3.5-point favorites. Jesus, I don't even know what to say about this. The Broncos are number 2 in the AFC, right behind the Colts. I believe they're 2. I don't think because they beat the Patriots, right? So they're up over the Patriots. If I remember looking at that earlier today. I believe it goes Colts. I think it's Colts, Broncos, Patriots, correct? Or is it Colts, Patriots, Broncos? Either way, they're right there. Trying to gun for that number 1 seed. And the Chiefs are starting to look better. Well, let's see. This is a big game. This is a huge game. This actually is a very, very, very huge game for both of these teams.
Yep.
Because the Broncos need to prove to everybody that they can win big games. And this is one of them. Against a division opponent who has been to the Super Bowl the last 4 years, 3 out of 4 years, whatever it is. The Chiefs have been the juggernaut of this division. If you can manage to win this game, then I think some of the doubt has to go away. And now, obviously, we've talked about the Chiefs not being that great, but you're putting Patrick Mahomes at the number 1 for MVP. So, obviously, the Chiefs still have a shot if you're doing that. So, I think if the Broncos can win this football game, then I think some of the doubt has to go away. I don't think they're going to. You can't score 10 points a game and continue to win football games. It's just not how it works. Kansas City, since they've gotten Rashee Rice back, since they've gotten that offense put back together, they've looked good. So for this game, I'm gonna take the Chiefs to win it, -3.5.
Yeah, we said it before. You can't ride on the defense the entire year to win these games. Division game, big one. Chiefs almost in. I'm gonna put this as like a must-win situation. You lose here, you go 5-5. You got two teams ahead of you. The rest of the AFC shaping out. Like you might even be out of the wild card at this point. This is a must-win. They win big games. This offense has been the best Patrick Mahomes' offense has seen in the past 3-4 years. So they're going to go off. I don't think Andy Reid's going to have a problem. Well, it will be a tough battle because that's the star of the show is the Broncos defense. At home, though, they are 5-0. They've been playing pretty strong at home. I just don't trust Bo Nix in the offense at all. Chiefs defense is solid enough where it's going to be the same case. They're going to struggle to score. I don't really see them winning this game. This will be the true tester game. But yeah, I even winning this game against the Chiefs, I don't know if you could say the doubts are going to lift. It'll be a great win for sure, but the offense is the huge problem for me. And if they win the game again, say like 10-7, and the defense does the
just
thing
like
again.
how they just did against.
Yeah, then I don't know. I'm still always gonna have that doubt. It's like, man, how long can this last? Like,
Yeah, they have to put together a good game.
it would literally be a generational defensive. Like, you have one bad week on the defense, and you're done. Like, your team's over because you're not going to rely on the offense to score or anything. So if you hit the playoffs and that one playoff they figure out just 1 week, you're not going to score the points to win the game. So
Right.
Yeah, that's I have to see a good defensive game or offensive game. But yeah, give me the
Agreed.
Chiefs -3.5. They're not going to lose in must-win situations, and I think this is the climb back for the Chiefs.
What's odd for me is the only games this year the Broncos have scored less than 20 points have been against teams that have been struggling at that current moment. It was the Raiders, Texans, Jets are the only teams they have scored less than 20 points on this year. They scored 28 against the Colts. They scored 20 against the Chargers.
Which they should have lost, by the way.
33 against the Giants. 21 against the Eagles. 28 against the Bengals. 44 against the Cowboys. So it seems like
It's
So
not a surprise.
I don't want to like interrupt you, but like almost every team you put in there besides the Eagles, and the Eagles only let them score 23, you said, right?
21.
21. Every team you listed that they scored high points on were teams that had bottom 10 defenses or bottom 5 defense. Other than the Colts. But again, they should have lost that game because of the penalty. But that was also really early in the season too. But those defenses were not good.
That is true. And, I mean, the Broncos just scored 10 points against the Raiders.
Yeah.
The Raiders only scored 7 points. I promise you, the Chiefs are going to score
If you
more
take
than
a
7
closer
points.
look at those games too, you look at the entirety of the game, they score all those points in the fourth quarter.
That's true as
They,
well.
Like,
they
the
did score
whole
33
entire-
points
Yeah,
in the fourth quarter
whole
against the
entire
Giants.
game, they have a 3 on the board for 55 minutes of the game. And then all of a sudden, a collapse happened. The fourth quarter I don't know what happens, but just the entirety of the game looking at the offense, you're like, wow, this is really bad. And then they just somehow win.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me the Chiefs -3.5. They're going to absolutely pound the Broncos.
It's a big game for both of them.
Big game for both of them. All right, we move on to the Sunday night game, which, again, not a division game, but a big playoff implication game. We've got the Detroit Lions going to the Philadelphia Eagles. This is another huge game with huge playoff implications. Possible number 1 seeding in line here. This is going to be a tough one. The Lions can score. Oh, can they score? This offense is churning. Absolutely love what I'm seeing out of this Detroit Lions offense. Defense playing okay. This Philadelphia Eagles team, I think their defense is playing a little bit better than what the Lions defense is, but their offense again, and here we are. We talked about it earlier. They in the season they played bad, and then we needed them to turn around, and then they did, and then they go out this game against the Packers, and they just don't look like the team that we thought they could be and that thought that they were turning into. We thought they turned a corner, and maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't. I don't have a lot of faith in them. Eagles, if I didn't say, are -2.5 point favorites. Lots of 2.5 points today for this week. Just lots of good, potentially close games. I just don't know if I can trust this Eagles offense against this high-scoring Detroit Lions offense. So for that reason, I'm taking the Lions to win.
Chris, I'm going to simply agree with you. I'm going to take the Lions to win as well. I'm taking a money line. I like the firepower of the Lions. I think they're back. Let's not forget as well, 1 seed implications, the Bears are right there too.
Yeah,
true. Same record as these guys too. So a couple wins at each of them. It's going to get real interesting fighting for the 1 seed. I mean, don't sleep on the Bears. I just don't. With the Eagles, they've already locked the division. They're making the playoffs. We know that. I got to see this good win from them. It almost seems like we're always doubting them every week, especially offenses. But they're just pulling out wins. Can we all talk about the tush push with the false start again? How does this consistently happen every single week?
It's gone after this year. There's no way that
other teams that try to run the tush push get penalized on it for a false start.
Yeah. Yep. It's I don't. It's just mind blowing. Like I don't know how this happens week after week, time after time. Like there's definitely something got to be done about it. I think you're right. They just got to get rid of it. It's a horrible play.
It's too hard to officiate. They're not officiating it appropriately. It's just got to go.
Yeah, give me the Lions. I got to see with this win. I mean, I trust them. I mean, they're the Super Bowl defending champs. They've only dropped 2 games. One to the Giants, by the way, if we're going to talk about teams that lost, like we did earlier, that you shouldn't lose to. Outside of that game, I mean, they just win every week.
Yep.
I'm going to have to agree that I would need to see the Eagles put together a little bit more on the offensive side outside of the tush push. I mean, again, they didn't put up a lot against the Packers in a game that should have been a huge offensive battle. Yes, 2 great defenses as well, but it's supposed to be Super Bowl contending offenses that didn't really do much. I think the Lions can very easily outpace the scoring for the Eagles, especially if, I mean, Dan Campbell is just, again, we always say, foot on the gas. So give me the Lions money on this one.
Okay. All right. So we have the last game of the week. We've got Monday Night Football, Justin's Dallas Cowboys off a bye at the Las Vegas Raiders, who have just been horrible. And I know we're going to talk about the Raiders and going against that Dallas defense and blah, blah, whatever, Cowboys, worst defense, yada, yada, yada. They made some moves. They had some trades. Will it work? We'll see. I think it's a decent way to prepare for some tougher games down the stretch, playing against the Las Vegas Raiders team that can't really throw the football to save their life. So they're going to rely on Genty a lot. So if you can manage to stop the run, I actually think the Cowboys are going to have a chance. Cowboys open up at a -3.5 favorites, and that's who I'm going with. Going with the Dallas Cowboys at -3.5.
Chris, I think you cease to forget that we're talking about the worst defense in the entire league. Historically, also, by the way, might I add, in sports history. No defense has been worse that I've ever seen or ever has been marked down in history in any sport ever in the existence of humans. Every team that comes against this is going to look like MVP, and I think that's exactly what's going to look like here. We can't stop the run. Genty's going to look awesome. Geno's been throwing 7 interceptions a game. Guess what? He's going to throw 7 touchdowns this game. The trades, yes, I would have been actually extremely excited for this. Quinnen, absolutely fantastic pickup. That's something we need. Our pass rusher's been non-existent. The linebacker from the Bengals, what was his name? I forgot who we picked up, a linebacker from the Bengals. But yeah, those are great additions to the team. That should have happened 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
The division's already secured. There's nothing we can do. We're way behind. I think we're like 11th out of like 16 teams or 12th. We're at the bottom of the barrel in the NFC right now. And this game's going to be the dagger. For my third whoopsie daisy, give me the MVP Geno Smith and MVP Ashton Genty to drop 40 on the Cowboys once again to win at home. By the way, we've only won one game away. Third whoopsie days of the week. Raiders are going to win the game.
This is going to be game 2 away of the year. Coming off the bye, a little time to rest, work on some things. I mean, the offense puts up points. I mean, the combination of CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens is just absolutely absurd. Give me the Cowboys at -3.5.
Yeah, say the offense isn't the problem. I like the offense a lot too. But
Your
we got to
offense
be
is a
playing
lot
for
better
next
than
year at
Raiders'
this point.
offense.
These defensive pickups have to be for
And that's
next year.
exactly why you're going to win the football game against a non-playoff team playing for next year. Jerry Jones is going to do Jerry Jones things and have the team go all in and try to win the game and not get the draft picks you guys need.
Yeah.
That's actually a great point.
Yeah.
I like that take.
You got a point. Got a point. Well, that was it. That was the last game of the week. Does anybody have any finishing remarks before we get into the greatest segment in all of podcast history?
No, I guess I don't.
Save me from the pain of being a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
All right. Well, if that's the case, then it's time for...
It's time for It's Okay. It's Not Okay.
Struggled a little bit this week coming up with an It's Okay, It's Not Okay. Saw a video of Christian McCaffrey signing autographs. And I changed it a little bit because it just made me think of another thing that I've seen in the past. But he was signing autographs, a bunch of jerseys, pulling them off. Bam! There's a Kyron Williams jersey. They wear the same number. So Kyron Williams jersey comes up. He says, I'm not signing this. Throws it away. We've seen in the past players not looking at little kids who are there for the game, want a signature, but because they're wearing the opposing team's jersey, the player decides not to sign it and just brushes them away. So is it okay or not okay to deny kids repping the opposing team's jersey, an autograph. I'm going to say it's not okay. These are young, impressionable kids. Sure, are they repping a team that's not yours? Absolutely. Are you a little salty? Maybe you lost and you're signing stuff anyways. Yeah, I can understand that. But these kids could be impressionable. You could be the reason they swap teams because you took the time out of the day to give them an autograph, spread a little love, to spread a little football love. So yeah, my take is that it is not okay.
There could be also a lot of implications to this one too. Because what tier of player are you looking for the autograph of? Because guess what? You might be traded next year too. You might not even be on the team.
True. Okay. I'm thinking more like bigger name guys that aren't going to be traded.
So yeah, like just franchise guys.
Franchise guys.
So Dak.
They're there for the long haul. Sure.
I'm gonna say it's completely okay. Team spirit. I mean, if I was on the Cowboys and I saw a guy come up with an Eagles jersey, I get that out of here. I'm not signing that. Absolutely no way. There are situations, though, where there's player fans, and not team. Like, I'm a fan of a lot of players around the league, but I'm also a Cowboys fan.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, you got to... It sucks to suck for the kids, basically. I think it's more or less of an experience, maybe. Maybe he doesn't even know who the person, just to put out a pen because everyone else is doing it kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, if you don't want to sign the opposing team, especially if it's like Cowboys Eagles type situation, I'm only signing Cowboys stuff. I'm a Cowboys player. Or this could go reflective to any team that you're playing on, for example. But I'm only signing my team stuff. Good on CMC. I'm not going to sign a Kyron Williams jersey. Why would I do that? He's on the Rams. He's our division rivals. Of course I'm not going to sign that. I don't care if it's a kid or not. I think it's completely okay.
And just so you know, in this scenario, he did not take it away from a kid. He was just signing jerseys in the locker room.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He's like going through like the pile.
Going through the stack of jerseys, yeah.
I've seen those before, yeah.
Well, you know what? Just like earlier, I agree with one of you. I think it's absolutely not okay to deny a kid an autograph if he's wearing another team's jersey. Because you don't know but maybe it is the only jersey he's able to find, or maybe it wasn't even a jersey he bought. It was maybe handed down to him, but maybe a lot of people look up to athletes even on other teams because of their skill and the status around them. Like growing up when I played football, when I played free safety, of course I looked at Troy Polamalu, but I also looked at Ed Reed. I looked at Sean Taylor. Like those are other players that were influences in the way I would play the sport, and the reasons I love the sport isn't just because of the Pittsburgh Steelers, is because of great players like that who took the field. That aspect, it doesn't matter what the team is. If someone's asking for your autograph, that means, obviously, yes, there's the fame component of it, but it's the aspect of you mean something to them to the point to where they want memorabilia of you that say, oh my God, they signed this. Doesn't matter the team. It's for the person, not the team in that sense.
Like it. All right, Justin, you want to take us out?
Let's take us out of this. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the Cowboys have another depressing year, but you know what that means. We're going to be back for week 12 of the NFL season. Oh my gosh, guys, we're at the end. Playoffs are coming right around the corner. You got to start winning games, getting your seeding in, because every single Thursday morning we're going to be talking about it. If you're going to drop the ball on your seeding, we're going to make sure we embarrass you every single Thursday morning at 8 a.m. right here on the Fastcast. Don't be one of those teams that we're going to be talking about every week. So we'll all see y'all next week. Once again, everyone have a beautiful day. Thursday, 8 a.m. As always. Anything else before we leave?
Oh, I'm good. Go Rams. Let's have a good week.
Be safe around trains. A message from Metro.